West Virginia, one of the most beautiful states on earth, is home to the West Virginia Mountaineers, a team that deserves to finally reach and win a national championship, has a new coach in town with the recent firing of Neil Brown. So let's introduce our new head coach. And introducing your new head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers, it's me. Who could have guessed, honestly? We've got head coach C. Willifer, storied collegiate head coaching career with Tulane, MTSU, Virginia Tech, you name it. We had success at it. Live on Twitch, by the way, at C. Wilsey down in the description. If you'd like to come over there and follow, we record these live, but, let's break immersion for just a second, and then let's get back into immersion like this. So head coach C. Willifer here is taking over West Virginia. Coming from Tulane. Tulane was the most recent stop where they won a national championship in the SEC as it reformed and brought Tulane back. Offensively, what is head coach C. Willifer going to be proficient in? He is going to be running out of the Oklahoma playbook. I will probably make a custom playbook throughout this. I had to reinstall the mod and the emulator and everything, so I lost my custom playbook, but it's based off of the Oklahoma playbook, so it's going to be fine. We're more aggressive running the football. We're more of a power run team, and there's going to be a reason for that once we get into the lineup breakdown screen, because there's a dog on this roster. On the defensive side of the ball, pretty balanced on run pass, a little bit more aggressive than conservative. There's the sub frequency, all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, so we're going to hop into this. I'm just going to go ahead and say this now. I have played NCAA Football 14, this exact game. You want to make it revamped, you want to make it this, you want to make it that, whatever you want to do. At the core, it's the same game. I have played this exact mode for 10 years. So I'm just starting it at 20, and I'm going with fastest because, I've played a million dynasties in, the past year. It gets old starting from level 1. But we're going to go into sliders. This is the important stuff. Injuries are on. We're on all Heisman. We're going to be on 8-minute quarters. We'll change that if we need to. Minimum speed threshold we have set at 16 right now. I feel like that offers the most ability to get big plays when you do have fast guys, but also the other team, when they have fast guys, they're going to torture guys. I think it's the most balanced. We are on the C Gators slider set. As you can see, you can't go up to 215 on offensive pass interference and defensive pass interference, but it is his slider set, which is also a gameplay patch that makes certain things not as overpowered as others. Like the read option isn't as powerful. Four verts isn't as powerful. Just good gameplay changes have been made to this game by him. He does incredible work. If there was a Venmo or something, I'd put it in the description so people could send him money, because he does awesome work. But these are the sliders here. It's set pretty low on the offensive side, but on the, not offensive side, my side, I'm tired. But on the CPU side, this is what it's going to be looking like. Again, it is a custom set because you can't do 53 or 37 in the regular slider sets. So again, these are all custom, but it is not a one size fits all. So we're going to be rocking with it from the start, trying to, see where it's at, fill out the roster a little bit. One thing that I will say is I'm pretty good at the game, so we might have to make some tweaks, make it more difficult. It's just, we want the best realism experience, while it's also it's virtually impossible for me to actually get it done, because I've played this game for 10 years. I know every little weird thing. I know all the timings. It's been out too long. I can't wait till the next NCAA, which we'll be going crazy on the channel here. So if you like NCAA, if you like Madden, if you like football content in general, that's what this channel's here for, and I would really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. But yeah, we are going to reset the conferences because, again, 10-year-old college football game. The conferences, they've changed a lot in 10 years. We're not going to do SEC. We're not going to do the Texas and OU to the SEC just yet. That'll be next year, because this is going to be a multiple year dynasty. This doesn't stop until we win a national championship with the playoff tool. So we're going to be able to do a 12-team playoff next year because I'm going to be honest, we're not making a 4-team this year. If we somehow get lucky, I don't know, it'll probably ruin the series if we make it to a 4-team playoff this year, but weird things happen in West Virginia, you know, kind of like Clemson. But yeah, we're going to reset all the teams and get them all balanced around, even the lower level conferences, because I have this theory that if, say, something happens and we get fired, we can go down to these lower level schools and make this a legacy dynasty where it carries on past West Virginia. So like, say I build something special here and then we have a community vote on Twitter or in Discord or something like that. And then it continues on past that point and I take over at another school. Just an idea. So I'm going to even set up the smaller conferences that nobody really cares about. I'm going to have all those set up normally as well. But I'm going to go and hop into that real quick, and I'll see you guys to do a little overview on how the conferences are looking. All right, and we are going to go over the conferences here. This is how the ACC is looking. It's looking about how it does in real life, but they don't have divisions in real life anymore. So there's nothing I can really do about that. It's just the unfortunate circumstance of it. The American Conference is all accurate, I believe. Something might slip through the cracks, so if it does, just let me know in the comments down below. We'll fix it for next season. But Big 12, this is going to be how it's looking and how I have it set up. So I basically have like the southern, like southwest schools and then UCF in the east. I'm going to swap Baylor and Cincinnati real quick. Because that makes it to where Cincinnati is one of our rivals. Fun fact, if anyone, you know, keeps up with West Virginia football, Cincinnati's a rival. Makes it to where, you know, there's a rivalry game on our side. And it keeps all the, like, in-Texas rivalries. I mean, that's literally just the Texas conference, or Texas side of the conference, and then Oklahoma and UCF. That's really what that is. But this will be adjusted after the first season, and this will become with Utah, Colorado, Arizona State, and then Texas and Oklahoma out the door to the SEC. This is how the Big Ten is looking. Again, it's about as accurate as I can get it. I know they're getting rid of divisions as well. Conference USA as well. It's kind of been slaughtered. That's the best way I can put that. Independents, we got Army and Notre Dame. We've got the MAC conference here. Don't really need to worry about that. Mountain West, which I don't know what we're going to do about the Pac-12 next year because the Pac-12 doesn't exist anymore other than Oregon State. So, like, I don't know what we're going to do there. I really don't. It might just be a 2-team conference. Like, I don't really know what to do there. But this is how the SEC is looking. It hasn't really changed much, if at all, over the past 10 years. So there's that. And then the Sun Belt Conference, which is stacked out a little bit. Got JMU in there, some new teams. And I might do a little bit of like team swapping here or there because you can do that in the Dynasty tool now. So I might swap some teams out, make it fit a little bit better. But we're going to hop right into this thing, and I'm going to give you guys a roster breakdown and all that kind of fun stuff. All right, first thing on the list to check off is the schedule. So we will be going to Penn State for our first game of the season. And then we've got the backyard brawl. We're going to be playing that at our house. And then we're going to Maryland, to Oklahoma State. We've got a long road stretch here, actually. I'm gonna swap that up. We're gonna play Maryland at home. That's way too long of a road stretch, even though we do have a good home stretch towards the end of the season. But that was like 4 or 5 games on the road. So we play Oklahoma State. Houston, new member of the Big 12. I believe they also have the former head coach of West Virginia. I could be wrong on that. But we've got BYU, new member of the Big 12. We've got Kansas State, which is going to be a dogfight. Kansas State's going to be a good team. TCU, who got slapped up by Coach Prime and the boys. Cincinnati, which, fun fact, is another rival. I probably said that when I was talking about the schedules, but Cincinnati. And then we've got Kansas at home. And then what a way to throw it back. West Virginia playing Clemson. They're going to be the underdogs in it. Can they pull it off for a second time? We're going to hope so. Because we're going to Clemson. I had the opportunity to throw some cupcakes in there, but I was like, man, I can throw like 5 rival, like not rival games because Clemson's not a rival, but I can throw like 5 games with like bad blood in on the schedule. I'm going to do it. I don't want this to be an easy path. Iowa State will be our closeout game, which I have confidence there. I have some confidence there. But that's how the schedule is going to look, and we're going to hop into the lineup breakdown. All right, into the roster breakdown here. Starting quarterback for this season, we're going to run 2 quarterbacks if we have more than 2 QB injuries. I don't really know what to do about that, but we got Marshall, who's actually a pretty highly touted prospect, from what I've been hearing. But Garrett Green is going to be our starter for this year and probably next year. I will say this right now about this dynasty. It is not going to be like other dynasties where people are like, I'm going to convince them to stay, because you know you can cheat the game like that. You can cheat the game when they want to go to the draft and you're like, yo, bro, you're going to win Heisman at defensive tackle. And it's just like, that's clearly a lie. They're not going to come back. But it's just how the game was programmed. If somebody wants to leave for the draft, they're going for the draft. Unless they're a redshirt sophomore, then I will try and pull them back. But if they're a junior, have fun. Have fun in the NFL. I wish you the best. So Garrett Green, say he pops off this year, you know, gets up to like 85 overall, decides he wants to take his chances in the 7th round of the NFL draft. It's time for Marshall. That's just the best way I can put it. But we've got an absolute dog in the lineup. And I was talking about him earlier. It's going to be CJ Donaldson. This man is a converted tight end playing running back. And I mean, individual skill set and everything. 85 speed, 94 acceleration, 85 break tackle, 86 trucking. He's got good ability to catch the ball as well. Good route runner. He's going to be a problem.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
He's going to be a problem. He even has power and finesse moves. I don't really know why. Probably, I will say this about the rosters for this. The rosters are not entirely finished, but I will be making tweaks to the rosters to make it to where, like, teams that we play don't have players that they shouldn't have, and they have players that they should have. Like, I know Pitt still has Kalijah Cansey and Israel Abanikanda, or, yeah, whatever his name is. You get the point. You know who I'm talking about. He got drafted like the Broncos or the Jets or something. I can't remember, but yeah, running back, they don't need to be there. Also, CJ Stroud is still like somehow on the rosters, so like I don't know. We're gonna get rid of CJ Stroud even though we don't play him. We just don't need him winning a Heisman and stealing it away from somebody that is actually playing college football and not playing for the Houston Texans. But the revamped guys that make this mod, I'll have a link to something if you guys want to download it yourself on PC. You got to have a pretty beefy computer to do this, but I'll have a link down in the description. Those revamped guys deserve all the love in the world. They do an incredible job that I don't even think they get paid to do it. I know they have like server boosters, but I don't even know how they would like divvy that up to each individual member. So either way, they do an incredible job with these rosters, the art, the loading screens. Seagator does an incredible job with the gameplay patches. Like, they do good work with this game. And I'm glad some of them got hired by EA, and it makes me feel very confident going into next year's NCAA game. But back to the roster, we have 2 red shirts at running back, and that's going to be Jaheim White, 5'7", 192. Kind of sound familiar? Somebody else that used to play here. He's not that fast. I hate to make the Tavon Austin accusations, but, you know, it kind of is what it is. DJ Oliver, he's a bruiser. He's 5'11", 240. He's a big, thick boy. So we've got running back covered for the foreseeable future, but I'm still going to recruit that, see if we can get better. Fullback, I don't care. We're not going to use a fullback. I can tell you that for free. We run out of a spread offense, very air raid-like. Even though I'm like a run-heavy guy, I don't know. Just think of Lincoln Riley in real life and actually watch the games. Don't just read the stat sheet where they throw for 400 yards. And then see those games with like Samaj P. Ryan and like dudes who are running for like 250 yards a game. That's more like it. But out of like spread concepts. That's how I like to run offense. But to the receiver position. So we're going to have to recruit receivers because we've got Rodney Gallagher. We're going to try and get him in and get him some good playing time this year as a freshman. Try and get him to develop as fast as we can. He's probably the slot weapon, the slot threat for the foreseeable future. These three guys are all draft eligible or just, you know, too old. So Devin Carter, he's going to be a main focus for this season, but we only got one more year with him. Jeremiah Aaron, he's going to be good, but how long are we going to have him? I don't know. Jashawn Polk, one of our fastest receivers, not our fastest. Our fastest is actually EJ Horton. It's just he's so far down on the depth chart because he can't catch. But we might rework this. We're only going to have one red shirt, though, and that's going to be Traylon Ray. Tight end, 6'7", 250, Cole Taylor. That's a big boy. We're going to get him some receptions. He's also going to be blocking his ass off. Traylon Davis and Will Dixon are the backup tight ends. I like how our tight end room is looking. I would like to add a guy, though. Offensive line, this is a strong point of this team. We got Wyatt Millum, 87 overall sophomore left tackle. Now, we could use somebody behind him because Nick Malone, he'll probably be here for, you know, the next 2 seasons, but it's not going to be in an eternity. At the center position, we've got a redshirt sophomore who's going to be here for a little bit. He's going to be draft eligible after this season, so maybe he won't be. This is a left guard. I'm tired. I got to stop recording videos while I'm tired. But left guard, we are covered, you know, nonetheless. Center, we're also covered. We got Zach Frazier for his final season. Hopefully we can send him off to the NFL for a very long career. And then we've got Landon Livingston and Charlie, not even going to try it, as our backups for center, and our future plan. Now, we've got 2 seniors at right guard. I don't know who we're going to be starting because Yates is a little bit more athletic. He's going to be able to pull better, but Jaquay Hubbard is just more of the big burly boy. But he's not very athletic. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Doug Nestor is going to be starting at right tackle, West Virginia native. That's one thing I'm going to say real quick about recruiting when it comes to this. We're going to try and keep this regionalized and pipeline state recruiting. Now, will we obviously go out to California and scoop a kid up if he wants to play here? Yeah, we will. But I'm going to try and limit it to guys we have good boosts and good bonuses on, and I'm not going to low lock cheese it because low lock cheese, it's overdone at this point. But we got a freshman right tackle out of Macon, Georgia, Johnny Williams, who I think is going to be our long-term plan for the right tackle spot. Obviously, you got to recruit. It's college football, so we got to get better if we can. But 6'7", 307, you can't really beat that. Defensive ends, we've got quite a few. Sean Martin is going to be the starter. This defensive line is very weird. What I mean by that is your left ends are traditional 3-4 defensive ends, like Sean Martin and Asani Redwood. They're in that weight threshold where they are 3-4 defensive ends. You move over to right end, 240, 255, 231, 250. These are traditional 3-4 edge rushers. These are not like interior defensive linemen. So we're going to be running a multiple defense, and I don't really know how well it's going to go with the left end spot where these guys are just going to be bigger and thicker and not as fast and as athletic as these guys on the right side. I don't really know how we're going to configure that. We might move some people over because I can't adjust their positions in the actual Dynasty file. That's one of the big misses, in my opinion, when it comes to this game, but it was made 10 years ago. What can we do now? But defensive tackle, we're going to have to recruit some defensive tackles. We've got Hammond Russell and then Edward, here for a little bit. And then we've got a few juniors and then we've got a senior. Left outside linebacker, there's nobody there. Middle linebacker, on the other hand, Lee, I don't know how to say it, but he's going to be our user for year 1, 6'1", 230. Pretty athletic linebacker. Not the most athletic in the world, but he's pretty athletic. And then we've got Josiah Trotter, who is going to be the user of the future, as we are going to be redshirting him in year 1, 6'2", 245. He's a big boy, and he can move, so he's going to be awesome. And then we've got Tariq Austin Cave. He's more of a depth guy, but at the right outside linebacker spot, we've got Trey Lathan, and then we've got Gyro Favoris. Favoris is probably going to move over and play left outside linebacker, and Lathan, as a redshirt freshman, is going to be playing right outside linebacker. Now, Ben Cutter, he's going to be redshirted. How long is he going to be here? I don't really know. Corners, a lot of seniors. This has to be a focus position for us. I'm redshirting Jacoby Spells because we're going to need the extra years out of him. I know it's a controversial move to redshirt my fastest corner, but you kind of got to do what you got to do sometimes. Now, pulling over to the free safety position, we've got Aubrey Burks starting at free safety. He's going to be draft eligible after this year. And he's a really good player, so hopefully he doesn't leave us, but he does look pretty good. And he is our second or third highest overall player. But we've got Marcise Floyd. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get. And then we've got Christian Stokes, who I think I might make a depth chart change and move to strong safety because he's a freshman with a lot of potential. Now, the reason I say I might is because we have a lot of strong safeties. It's just Anthony Wilson, he's not going to play for me because he's too small. I like my secondary guys to be a little bit bigger and faster. And he's small and slow. So Lance Dixon might get the nod, or Hershey McLaurin. One of those guys might get the nod. Or we might move Stokes over. Even maybe just go freshman and then go Riley Collins. I don't really know what I'm going to do right now. We are redshirting Keyshawn Cobb, though, because he does look like the best safety that's on this team when it comes to an athletic standpoint. Maybe not a height or a weight standpoint or a hit power or anything like that. But he does look like he would be the best for the future. So to be able to pull an extra 2 years out of him, I am good with that. So we got Michael Hayes. He's going to be our kicker for the next 2 seasons. And then we've got Oliver Straw. He is going to be our punter. That's how we're looking on the roster. We are going to hop into recruiting, and then we're going to hop into week 1. All right, so we have made it to our recruiting board. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of diving into these guys. So we've got Casey Charles up top right here, 95 speed, looking like a wide receiver or maybe a running back. He looks like he could be a pretty sick running back. Looks a little bit better at receiver, and that's a lot of speed to have on the outside. These are guys that were just on the front page, like top 5 recruits that had a little bit of interest in coming here. So I was just like, you know what, we'll throw them on the board. But we've got Albert Sullivan right here. He's another wide receiver corner hybrid. I would be playing him at corner for sure. We've got Alex Brooks, running back. He is a power back archetype, which is kind of interesting. He's 220 pounds. He's pretty fast. His acceleration is a little bit low. And we've got Jeremy Johnson right here, wide receiver. We got Jamal Whitaker, another receiver. And then we've got Daniel Pickens. This is going to be my top guy that I'm looking to get. He's in a pipeline state, which is Texas. Daniel Pickens is looking nice. Now, I'm going to show you the rest of the guys that I personally scouted. That's going to be Bruce Hill, corner out of New Jersey. Not a pipeline guy, but proximity to home, we're getting a little bit of a boost there. It's going to be 240 on the boost. And showing off Bruce Hill, he's pretty athletic, and he's fundamentally sound as a corner. Now, we've got Mike Jackson here. He's a gem. This is going to be a high priority guy for us to get. He's only got 3 teams he's looking at out of New Jersey here. Pitt and Rutgers are ahead of us. I feel like we can jump ahead of at least Pitt. I don't know about Rutgers because that's the home state right there. And then we've got the number 1 corner in the nation on our board. So it's kind of a long shot to try and get him. He wants to go to Notre Dame. You know, understandable. He probably saw Sam Hartman out there throwing absolute lasers. But we get a plus 280 boost. And he's got 93 speed, 94 excel, incredible zone, incredible play rec, really solid man. His press isn't even bad. Barry Larkin could definitely be a guy for us. Now we've got Morris Rivero, a big corner, 6'3", good speed, good coverage, good tackling, kind of a safety in my opinion. Then we've got Kenny Mitchell here. He's out of Maryland. He is probably the worst that we've seen so far. And we've got Sean Williams, 6'3", 170. He is out of Delaware. So, you know, a northern kid. And we've got a pretty good bonus on him, proximity to home, pro potential, and program tradition. And he's got pretty good speed, and he's just got good size with good hit power. He's more of a safety than anything. As you can see, we didn't add any safeties to the board, so we might be able to find some, we might not. Robert Harrell here, middle linebacker, we looked at him, and then we looked at Edward Gilliam. So we got a plus 200 boost on him. He's the number 1 middle linebacker in the country. He wants to go to Texas, but I feel like with a boost and throwing some points on that, we could have one of the best linebackers in the country and one of the best recruits in West Virginia's history. Now, at the outside linebacker position, because this was the last group that I got to, we've got Kyle Wallace here, 6'5", 240. He's more of a cover guy with lower end speed. He's just kind of somebody I would bring in for the depth of it. And he's going to develop pretty good being a 69 overall. Nice. Then we've got Chris McPherson here, 6'5", 235. He's a 3-star guy. He's a more athletic linebacker, but his acceleration is worse, which does hurt. And then we've got Jeremy Griffin, which is my favorite linebacker we looked at, 6'6", 226 pounds. More of a pass rusher, but he's got the ability to cover. So the recruiting board, it's lining up a little bit for us to potentially be able to get some really good players. Now we're going to hop into week 1, and I'm going to update you with some more recruiting, and we're going to hop into the game. If you want to skip ahead and you want to just go straight to the game, you don't care about the recruiting, by all means, go right ahead. All right, it's that time. We got week 1 football up against Penn State. This is a rival game. You know, there's going to be some hatred on the field today, and I'm trying to let it out, honestly. You know, there's James Franklin, as best as they can model him into a 10-year-old college football game. We're not super far off of them when it comes to overall. It's just from a depth standpoint and the sliders and the gameplay patch that we're playing on, we're probably going to get bullied off the field. I'm just going to be honest with you. We're going to get bullied off the field here at Beaver Stadium. It's a loaded house. We're going to go with tails. It's going to be heads. So it looks like we're going to be getting the football first. Also, Penn State still runs the no-huddle offense in this game. So that's kind of a scary thing to run up against. I'm not going to lie. All right, hopping in on offense for the first time today. We're going to be a run-heavy offense. I can just go ahead and throw that out there. You've got a former tight end playing running back here in C.J. Donaldson at 240 pounds. You got to give him the rock. That's just what you got to do. Also, I apologize about the gameplay early. It might be a little choppy, but it smoothens out over time. It's like starting up like an old car. When you're playing this emulator, like you play a few games and then it starts to get smoother. Like you play it for a little bit longer, it gets smoother, whatever. It's a weird thing. Starts off a little choppy, but we're on a 3rd and 2 right here. I don't think I'm going to throw the ball just yet. I think we're just going to keep pounding the rock because we've been getting yardage. All right, we're going to go with Donaldson again up the gut. That's going to get us into a 4th and 2 situation. We are going to be punting the football away. All right, and like I said, Penn State is a no-huddle offense, so if they get positive yardage, they will be no-huddling out of that, which I don't love. It's not going to be a beautiful sight, and they're already torching us down the field. The game is moving very quickly now. I think it hit its point where it was like, all right, we're stuttering, let's go quick. I think we're going quick now. The frames definitely jumped up, so this should be a much better visual experience for everyone involved, if I have to be honest. Drop back right here. Oh yeah, Penn State's getting up the field quick, getting up the field in a hurry. Their new quarterback, Drew Aller, he's going to be delivering dots all over the field. And we currently don't have the defense to cover that. I think has been pretty obvious. I'm going to move my camera out of the way. There we go. 4th and 4 right here. All right, we're going to go up in the top right, so I'm not blocking the downs. This is a scuffed first episode, of course. It always is. First episode of a series, it's always going to be scuffed. But we're going to be getting the football back here. Fox is our returner. I'm not even familiar totally with who this is, but he's going to get us a few yards. It's going to be a flag, though. Let's hope it was just holding on the return. No, it was a clipping penalty. Clipping is the most common penalty in this game, and it always will be pretty much. So that's good stuff. We're going to go back to what we were doing on offense. We're just going to rock with the run first offense. We're going to have to air it out eventually and not be totally one-dimensional, but if we can run the ball and we can pick up some yardage like we did just right there, we might have a chance in this one. Our strategy to winning in this game is just shortening the game. That's, when they're talking about the keys to success of teams in real life, and they're like, they got to shorten the game. That's what we have to do because we don't have the playmakers that Penn State might. But that's going to be a beautiful throw out to the flat to CJ Donaldson. I didn't really need to roll out of the pocket there, but, you know, we're rolling a little bit. Offense is moving right now. It'd be nice to get a week 1 upset over Penn State. It's just they're so hard to stop on defense. We're just going to go back to CJ Donaldson. He has all of our offensive production when it comes to yards for today. And I'm just going to let that continue being a thing. 240 pounds is real hard to stop when he gets moving downhill. He's moving and he's grooving 6 yards a carry on the day. But we're going to come out and we're actually going to throw the ball right here. I'm kind of rolling to the outside. He's open, but that's going to be a pick. It's going to be a pick. It was a loft. And that's going to be a pick. Oh, no, man. We were moving until I had to throw the ball. Because CJ Donaldson was out of the game. All right, first play on the drive, Drew Aller. He ran for like 11. He's a big quarterback. Like, weight, plays a little role in this game. And he's like 240 pounds. It's kind of hard to stop him, but we're going to be able to get whoever that is in the backfield. Keandre Lambert-Smith in the backfield. Beautiful. Holding him up to a 2nd and 13. This is how we got to win the game right here, is we just got to come out and we got to play some defense, We're going to have to shorten the game by running the ball and play defense. This is looking like a good play right here. 3rd and 13. It's going to be a tackle in the backfield on Drew Aller. But they are going to no huddle out of it. So let's get in a decent coverage set. I'm going to take over on Floyd, the safety right here. I'm going to pull him over the middle. And we're just going to hope we can get something. That's going to be a prayer ball. Beanie Bishop is going to deflect it. Beautiful. 4th and 13 right here. We're going to get the ball back. It's been just back and forth. Punt the ball. Throw a pick here. All right, back on offense here. You know exactly where this ball is going. It's going to CJ Donaldson. That's not really a hefty box. They've only got three down linemen. And we're going to get a block right there on the edge. Donaldson's going to pick up about 7 on that one. Beautiful run. I got to start using this run to set up the play action a little bit. But we're going to see if we can pick something up here with play action. We only have 1 completed pass on the day. I'm going to throw that over the middle, and it's going to get deflected at the line. That's an issue we have to worry about. Garrett Green's not the tallest quarterback. This is the moment we got to pick something up. I'm rolling out with Green. Throw it. It should have been picked. It really should have been picked right there. I was trying to get it out to the flat, but they sent a blitz right at us. CJ Donaldson's been hard to tackle in these short yardage situations. We're going to go up the gut with him, and we're going to turn it over on downs. I thought he was over, man. I thought he was over. He pushes through, and he just gets pulled back by the defensive end right there. That's rough stuff. He was close. He was really close. Now we're going to be giving it up pretty much at the 50. We could have pinned him back deep, and that's probably what we should have done, but we didn't. And now we're going to have to stop Nick Singleton and Drew Aller on this offense, and it's not going to be easy. That might have been the game or the play that breaks this game open. Them getting that stop right there. I'm going to take over on Lathan over the middle here. And they're going back up with Nick Singleton. We're going to lay a big hit right there. We're going to lay a big hit, but that's about all we're going to get because they're going to get 20 yards on that, and then they're no huddling out of it. We need to get out a dollar. We need to be in something more inclined to stop the run. I'm going to go straight to the ground there. That's what makes this so hard, is you have to be so quick with your formations because they're in a no huddle for the entire game. We're just going to come back out in the 3-4. We've got Lathan playing defensive end. It's not typically where you'd want him, like, ever. But we're kind of boxing him right here. That's going to be a sack. Let's go. All right, sack for 5 yards. We can actually pick a defense and get set up. Yeah, Penn State, they're not easy. We'll rock with the coach suggestions on defense as well. We'll not get too crazy and go out of these formations and stuff. I'm going to take over on Burks here. And let's see, are they going to throw the football? They are going to throw the football. That's a good route. There we go. Good hit on Drew Aller right there. 3rd and goal. We just got to get a stop here on 3rd and goal and push them back. I'm going to blitz. It might be a bad call, but I feel like I personally can lock somebody up. We're going to have to move Wilson over. And then, I'm stuck on a defensive lineman. And Lambert-Smith torches us. They're going to be into the end zone on their, third drive of the game. Unfortunate. We shortened the field for him. All right, back on offense here. You know where the ball's going. It's going to CJ Donaldson. Our big bruising running back. He's going to pick up 3 right there. We need the pass game to start working, though. That can only get you so far against a defense that is this good. Penn State is historically one of the better defenses in college football every year. Garrett Green is going to airmail him. He's 1 for 5 on the day with a pick, and we haven't gotten that yet. I'm going to throw this over the middle. That's going to be to Aaron. He's going to pick up a first down. Beautiful. We're going to try and get the pass game just totally rolling. We're going to play action here on first down. I imagine they're anticipating a run, so maybe this will work in our favor. It's not going to. Garrett Green, you got to go, buddy. You got to go. We're rolling with Green. He's showing a little bit of fight, getting a 15-yard carry there. They sent a blitz that we could not handle. Offensive line just got demolished up front. Right tackle getting pushed around. But Garrett Green showing that fight to break that tackle and get out of that. That's beautiful right there. Now, CJ Donaldson's out of the game, but we do have some backup running backs that are pretty solid. Anderson's going to get tackled in the backfield right here. That's not what you love to see. That is not what you love to see at all. We're just going to get all the beef up front. We're going to see if we can get through. We're going to get 6 right there. Not a terrible run for CJ Donaldson. We've got 2 stud receivers on the outside. I'm going to loft this up and over. Maybe we can make a play with Brom. We can. Cortez Brom with a beautiful 50-yard reception. There we go. There we go. We just need a few big plays to go our way. Now we're inside the red zone. This is CJ Donaldson territory. He's going to fight, and we're going to give him the football. Because I don't feel too comfortable passing in this area. But CJ Donaldson's going to take it into the end zone. We're going to be able to tie it up as long as we hit the field goal here against Penn State. That is beautiful stuff. That is beautiful stuff, being able to tie it up. First play out on defense. They're in 5 wide. They're bringing the running back in. That's going to be a jet sweep. That's not the running back. I keep thinking that's Nick Singleton. It was Malik McLean. They brought him in on a jet sweep. They are going to no huddle it, but the quarter is going to end. So after a quarter of play, I'm confident in our defense. Our offense, it really took a lucky big play to get us down the field. So I'm a little worried about offense. We're recruiting heavily on offense. We're getting more playmakers in there. We just need to see who's going to emerge on this offense, because there's some winnable games on this schedule, this being one of them. Drew Aller is tackled in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and 13 right here. The boys are coming to play. The boys are coming to play on defense. I love to see the fight from the defense here. All right, right here, I'm going to take over the safety in the box. They're out in 5 wide again. I mean, just fully as aggressive as they can be. If we can make a tackle, we can't. We can't. They're going to get down the field. Dante Cephas, 25-yard reception. They're going in the no huddle right here. Yikes. We had them where we wanted them, and then we lost them. It didn't take very long to lose them. We're going to go with, I can't pronounce his name, but we're going to go with him. Drew Aller is just going to throw him off like he's not a grown man. I mean, these aren't grown men, but you get the point. Drew Aller does have that grown man strength, 6'5", 240. We're going to pull Wilson down into the box here. Get him up on the guy he's supposed to be covering. That's going to be an airmail from Drew Aller. That's good stuff right there. 3rd and 1, we need to stop. We're going to bring the blitz again. We're going to press. Hopefully we don't get torched over the top, and we can just get somebody into the backfield. I'm going to use their Lathan right here. I'm going to cover the middle, and it's going to be 4th and 1. Beautiful stuff. They should be punting it. They're not going to. Penn State's aggressive. I'm blitzing again. They can't handle the blitz so far. If they can't handle the blitz, they're going to have to prove to me that they can. I'm going to take over on Lathan here, and I'm going to cover the slot receiver. Beautiful. There's going to be a sack on Drew Aller. Turnover on downs. Just like I said, we need a few big plays to go our way. A few big plays just need to go our way, and we can be rolling in this one. All right, they're bringing a safety down. It was looking like a blitz. It still is a blitz. I threw that over the middle. I like the cut over the middle. It just didn't go where it needed to. So we're going to get back to the bread and butter. We're going to run the football right here. You've got a running back that is your best player on offense. Not overall wise, but just clearly is your best player. You got to give him the football. We're going to give it to him like 20 to 30 times every game, I feel like. Because he's just a menace to society. I mean, do you see how big he is? out there running that fast for West Virginia in this season. We're going to give it to him once again. Let him bounce to the outside. He's going to get 2 yards there. It was a good way to bounce it. Not the worst play on earth. Out on a wheel route. And we have that, but Garrett Green's just not accurate, man. He's just not accurate. That was going to be a wide open ball to the corner, but Garrett Green's just not accurate enough. 3rd and 8 right here. This is going to have to be a big play. I believe we're in field goal range. We've got a pretty decent kicker. But I would like to turn this into more. Carter's going to drop the football, so we're going to have to try a field goal or punt it. I don't know. I mean, we can try a field goal. I don't know if we have the leg for it, though. We're going to see. It's going to be short. It's going to be short. So it's going to be essentially a turnover on downs right there. It's a short field goal. I didn't know if we had the leg. I guess wind wasn't working in our favor because it looked like it was going and then it just caught. But yeah, this is back and forth right here. Everything they do, we do. They turn it over, we turn it over. They score a touchdown, we score a touchdown. We're going to have to break the cycle very soon if we want to win this game. They're not going with 5 wide right here, but they are going to get it out to the flat to Lambert Smith, and that's going to be a first down. And here starts the no-huddle train for Penn State. When they start stringing together these successful no-huddle plays, that's when the game gets scary. We're going to bring Wilson down. He's going to be manned up on the running back, and we're going to send a blitz at him. They didn't do well up against the blitz last drive, so if we can, continue that, that would be beautiful. We're going to get outside. Nick Singleton's going to bounce it, and he is going to get out of bounds. It's going to be 2nd and 5 here, though. All right, so our middle linebacker's manned up on the running back. I need to pull Wilson over to cover McLean. Otherwise, McLean is going to be wide open. It's going to be a run anyways. We are going to absolutely smear fucking Drew Aller right there. But it's not enough to force a fumble. I'm going with a blitz again, because if they get out of running the ball, I have confidence we can get after Drew Aller in the pocket. Now, bringing him down, that's another story. The run defense is working, though. The run defense is working so far. They're picking up a little bit here and there, but we're eliminating the big play right now. And that's where we need to be, is just eliminating the big play. Because this is a big play offense. They can make a big play happen at any moment. And they're going to go over the middle. That was my guy. There's the big play. 15-yard catch over the middle for Theo Johnson. I tried to lay down a hit once I realized where that was going. I thought he was going to bounce it outside, but he went back in. I'm going to make an adjustment here on this play because I don't want to only rush 2, because it doesn't seem like their offensive line has held up great. Nick Singleton is running like a bat out of hell. It's looking like they might get into the end zone on this drive. You don't love to see that. Yeah, Nick Singleton's averaging 10.5 yards a carry. What was I saying about being confident in my run defense? Because that was a lie. We're going to take over on the middle linebacker here, see if we can get back there. We can't, but defensive end is going to help us out just a little bit. All right, 2nd and 13. If we can hold them to a field goal on this drive, I would love that. We're going to pinch the defensive line just a little bit there. Come on, make a tackle, somebody. All right, 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. I have confidence here on 3rd and 8. All right, on 3rd and 8 here, we're throwing a little zone blitz. We have a defensive end dropping into coverage, which you don't typically love. I missed the tackle, man, and they're going to be into the end zone. That's going to be another touchdown on the board. I just missed the tackle with the middle linebacker, and they're going to go up 14-7 in this one. We just can't let them run away with it. We got to stay in the fight. No. Oh, God. Oh, God, that almost got bad. That almost got real bad. Oh, goodness. Thank God we could pick the football up there. All right. Well, let's get the CJ Donaldson show rolling. They get ball at half, so if we can prevent them from getting another drive before half, that would be awesome. CJ Donaldson with 11, just right up the gut. Beautiful blocking from our offensive line on that play. Converted tight end, playing running back. You just got to use him. You just got to use him. He's going to bounce it to the outside. He's going to get picked up by a corner right there. So it's not like we're limiting ourselves when CJ Donaldson's not on the field, but he is the clear workhorse. We're going to be able to bounce this to the outside. We're going to get shoestring caught with Jalen Anderson. Come on, man. Jalen Anderson needs to show a little bit more quickness off the edge right there, because that had big play potential, but Coming in right here, we're going to be running a counter. It's 3rd and inches. You got to get your big beefy boy rolling. He's rolling. He's running through a few tackles. It's going to be 12 yards on the ground. The downhill power run game is just torching Penn State's defense on this drive. And I'm gonna keep it that way. If we can keep running the football and they can't stop it, we're just gonna keep running the football. So Jalen Anderson up the middle, he's gonna pick up about 17. That's a good play. Actually, I don't like the box that they're in. I don't want to run verts. We'll run this. No, you know what? We're just gonna run the ball. We're just gonna run the ball. I still don't like the front that they're in, but CJ Donaldson, he's just so massive. He's gonna pick up 2 yards on the play. That'll work for me in this one, but we're gonna get outside the pocket with Green. I'm gonna throw this. Just had to get it away. There was like 4 guys that were about to hit Garrett Green. CJ Donaldson played tight end, so we're gonna send him on a wheel route, and that's where I want to go. That's where I want to go. If we can hit him, I mean, back corner, catch the football, Donaldson. Beautiful catch. Corner, I wish he could have got into the end zone, but you know what? That works for me. Hopefully Jalen Anderson can have a good play right here and get into the end zone. We got blockers. He's fighting. It's going to be 2nd and goal on like the 2-yard line. And I'm going to give it straight up to CJ Donaldson. We're going to be down at the 1. Power on power football. They're stacking the box pretty well. Garrett Green gets stuffed at the 1. It's 4th and goal. I'm content sneaking it again. Just see if we can hop over that line of scrimmage and just get in there. We're inches away from getting into the end zone. I did not mean to audible out. If we're going to audible out, though, nah, let's call a timeout. Let's call a timeout. I didn't mean to audible out. I didn't mean to audible out of that one. Garrett Green and get into the end zone. He's going to power his way in. We're going to be able to tie it up right before half as long as we can make the field goal. We're staying in the fight. That's all I wanted out of today, is to be able to stay in the fight with a top-tier team like Penn State. This is a top 10 school who has playoff aspirations. If we can compete with that, we can compete with anybody in the Big 12, and we can beat anybody in the Big 12. And I don't know how Penn State's really going to be when they play like the Ohio States and the Michigans and stuff. So, you know, I don't know. We're going to take over right here. They're going to throw it over the middle to McLean. Malik McLean's going to get it over the middle. And they're not going to call a timeout. They're just going to no-huddle out of that. I definitely would have called a timeout if I was Penn State. But we're going to be lined up in coverage, 2nd and 7 here. They're going to let it wind down for a second. Maybe forever. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, they're running a play. They're running a play. I wasn't prepared. But it's Drew Aller running the ball. We got him. So they pick up a 1st down, but it was just a waste of a hit on Drew Aller. Just kind of a waste of time for Penn State. But we're tie football game going into half. Penn State does get the football. So if we can limit them here and we can get on the board, I have confidence in us. Because offensively, we've been able to get it working with the run game. Pass game has been non-existent. I'm going to be honest. It has been a non-existent pass game other than a couple of throws to CJ Anderson and a prayer shot. So this is not the game to get your pass game really rolling. This is a game where you find out what works and you try and limit all the offensive opportunity that Penn State's going to have. And that's a way to do it right there. 2nd and 12, got into the backfield. Lathan's got 5 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. Our defense is storming around today. They're really, truly storming around in this one. We're going to be blitzing with the middle linebacker. They are not in 5 wide like usual. Penn State always manages a way to get into 5 wide, but we're going to cover over the middle. I need a pass break up there. 4th and inches. I think they're going to go for this. It's Penn State. They're aggressive. They're actually going to punt it. They're going to punt it. You know what? I'll accept that 1,000,000 times out of 1,000,000 if you're going to punt it back to us. And this is an actual punt. Taking over with Fox here. See if we can maybe get a little bit of space. Not really at all. Preston Fox is going to be hit pretty much as soon as he catches the ball. We're going to power the football down their throats. And we've got breathing room right here with CJ Donaldson. It's going to pick up 6 right there. I want him to be a Heisman contender. I really do. And this is one of the better defenses. Putting up over 100 yards in the first half is pretty impressive. Let's get back to coach suggestions because I do want to run out of those. And not like my own offense because that'll make the game even easier. But it's been pretty easy up to this point, even not running my own offense. CJ Donaldson's just a man. He's a grown man getting downhill and running through tacklers like that. First 2 plays of the drive with Donaldson. Donaldson's out of the game. We got Jalen Anderson in. We've got a wide open pass to Aaron. He's going to drop it, though. Garrett Green put it on the money. I would like it to be a little bit more on the outside, but it was pretty on the money. It was a good throw. All right, 2nd and 10 here. I am going to run the football once again. We got Donaldson back in the game. Just power through. That's going to be an easy automatic 8 yards for Donaldson. He's up to 120 yards on 20 carries on the day. That's good stuff. I don't know who really could get open. I'm going to throw a wheel route out there for Jalen Anderson. We're going to throw it over the middle to the tight end. It's going to be caught. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. We got Garrett Green in the game manager role in this one. I would like to throw the ball a little bit more, but you know, you just take what the defense gives you, and if they can't stop the run, you keep running the football. We're gonna throw that over the middle. That's such a bad throw. This is why I don't throw the football. This is why I don't throw the football. We were driving. It was gonna be open over the middle, and then it wasn't. And Drew Aller is going to get to the outside. We're not going to make the tackle there. He's not gone. He's not gone, but he got a 60-yard rush. That's the opportunity for Penn State to blow this game open. And that's not what we need. He got way down the field. I was over here fucking with stuff on my desk trying to plug something in, and he just torched us. I should have paused the game, but yikes. All right, back on defense right here. 3rd and goal, and they're pushed pretty far back. Let's see if we can make a play. Taking over on the running back. He's way out. And I think this is a field goal opportunity for Penn State. Drew Aller bruised his knee. That could be our break. You would hate to see that in real life if you're a Penn State fan. But in the game, I need all the help I can get right now. I need all the help I can get because I can't throw the ball. I can run the ball. And we've ran it very effectively. All right, we're going to flip the play here. We're running 4 verts, but I'm really just looking for CJ Donaldson out of the backfield. We're just going to roll this. Don't fumble, Green. All right, fisted the football. But, yep. All right, we're going to roll out right here. I'm just rolling out. I mean, if we're going to get that much space on the sideline, Garrett Green, get out of bounds, buddy. 15-yard rush. If it's just going to be a power run offense, just let it be a power run offense. That's what it's got to be. We're going right here with Jalen Anderson. We're going to get him up the middle. They're trying to rip the football out. The disrespect. It's just a matter of if somebody can get open, and he does, but oh my God. Garrett Green can't throw the damn thing. It's not even an aspect of me not wanting to throw the football. Garrett Green is so wildly inaccurate. I'm throwing to Donaldson here. He's wide open outside. Run a man over. You just got to take what you can get. Take what you can get from the defense. We're going to go with another pass. We got to get Garrett Green rolling. He's got to start hitting throws. Because I know with the Sea Gators, you kind of have to like warm up a little bit and then it gets easier to throw the ball. But holy shit. Okay, there we go. Brom is going to fumble it, man. You got to hang on to that ball, dude. This is where the game's about to start rolling downhill. Turnovers. It was a great throw by Garrett Green. Brom just fumbled it. We're going to have to get a turnover of our own at this point. We're going to be able to get after Drew Aller. He's back in the game. He's not hurt. So unfortunate for us. Fortunate for Penn State. Really trying to get after Drew Aller. We're gonna blitz again. Blitzing was working earlier, and we haven't blitzed in a while, so I'm gonna blitz again. Somebody's got to tackle Nick Singleton. That's gonna be 3rd and 5 right here. Do I want to blitz again? We're gonna blitz again. They don't do well against the blitz, so there we go. It's gonna be 4th and 2. Let's see. Are they gonna punt the football? If they'll punt the football, we could be right back in it. There we go. That's how you get a stop after letting up a turnover like that. Go back up the gut with Donaldson. It's going to be an automatic 5. It's too big. He's too big. You just give him the football and you let him work. I like the idea of running it. I like the idea of running it a lot. We're going to be able to pick up 11 right there with CJ Donaldson. He's approaching 100, close to 150 yards on the day. 14 off to be exact. If we can hit that in the third quarter, I think our job would be really rolling. We're going to go play action here. Donaldson's out of the game. So we're going to try and hit one of our receivers. Just throw it on the run. That's going to be Aaron. Good catch. 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. That pressure was getting back there quick. That's another thing that makes it really hard to throw the ball is we don't have the greatest interior offensive line. Like, we got a good center and 2 tackles, but those guards, they get bull rushed off the line. That's going to be a wide open pass to Aaron. Come on, make a man miss. We're not going to make a man miss, but that's wide open. He's turning into the go-to guy right here. Jeremiah Aaron, he's got 3 catches on the day. Just get downhill with a big running back. A big man doing big man things. It's going to be 4 yards on that carry. 23 for 140, 6.1 yards a carry. It's been a good day for him. We're not even going to be able to get the ball snapped. So it's going to be fourth quarter, clutch time, crunch time. And we're still in this game. That's all you can ask for is going into the fourth quarter with an opportunity to beat a team that is this good. That's all you can ask for. We're going to run the ball. Just wear down the defense as far as you can wear them down because they don't want to get hit like this going this deep into the game. It's going to be 142 yards in the day, and then we're going to kind of have to throw the ball here. I don't really like any of the play calls. We'll go with this one and see how it works. I also might make another custom playbook because we're out of the Oklahoma book right now, and I don't totally love everything in it, but it was the foundation for my last playbook. Oh my goodness, he's going to drop the ball, man. But it does say that we can hit the field goal here, so we will try. And it is going to be right through the uprights. It's going to be a tie football game. All right, first play on defense right here. Drew Aller is taking an option, and he's going to take it a long distance. He's going to take it 17 yards. That's not what we need. We cannot keep up with the pace of Drew Aller rushing for 100 yards and Nick Singleton rushing for like 100 as well. Because we've got, CJ Donaldson can rush for 150, but oh my goodness, Harrison Wallace. That's the kind of effort I need. Meet me after the game in the parking lot here in Harrison Wallace. We're gonna have an NIL offer set up for you. If you're interested in making Mountaineer money, which I don't know what that consists of. We're gonna get outside, make a tackle, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. We got to make a stop right here. If we make a stop right here, I feel confident we can move down and we can put points on the board. Whether that be a field goal or a touchdown, I feel confident. We're gonna blitz. I'm gonna get Burks down. Come on, no. Nick Singleton's gonna get the first down. You got to tackle Drew Aller right there. Somebody just has to tackle Drew Aller, and that play's busted at that point. I do not want to run dime or dollar. I don't want to run that. We'll run this. Run this. It's not the happiest play call, but run it. See what happens. It's gonna be a fumble. Pick it up. Let's go, baby. Oh, it was a rush play by both sides. They wanted to run the no huddle, and we got him. We got him. Oh, my goodness. Wilson sliding in for that. And we're already pretty much in field goal range. Oh, they screwed up, man. They screwed up. We finally have an opportunity to take the lead in this football game. Justin Johnson Jr., he's picking up 8. All of our backs are getting involved right now. I just have to not screw this one up by throwing the ball. This is a possession where I just got to let my backs do the work. Even if it's only a field goal, we have such good field position. We just can't allow ourselves to screw this up. And take a little bit of time off that clock. We could be really rolling in this one versus Penn State. I haven't read anything about him. Maybe he's just tired after last drive. I don't know. But Justin Johnson is going to pick up 5 right there. We're going to power ahead. We're going to throw the football right here. We're going to go to play action or some form of a pass. Play action is the move, though. We have another running back in. Where is Justin, or not Justin Johnson, CJ Donaldson and Jalen Anderson. That's a wide open pass to Taylor. Cole Taylor on the corner. We are knocking at the door of being able to get into the end zone and get our first lead in this football game. It's going to be Justin Johnson Jr. What happened to Donaldson? Hold on. Doesn't show anything on the injury report. It's just not pulling in Donaldson. But we're going to go right it back up the middle with Justin Johnson Jr. We don't have an injury report at all. So I guess everybody's fine, but I can't get my starting running back to come into the game. And that's not a good sign because we've got Mallinger in here. I can't get my 2 starting running backs to come in. But we're going to go with Mallinger. I don't know a lot about the fella, but he is going to get no yards on the play. Yikes. Yikes. We're going to go with a dive here. Yeah, I can't get Donaldson or anyone to come into the game. What is going on? Not sure what's going on, but we're going to take it up the middle with Justin Johnson, and he's going to get into the end zone. So there's no drop off when it comes to running backs here. Like, Justin Johnson's not a bad player, but I wanted CJ Donaldson to get in, and they just wouldn't put him on the field. Like, I went and checked the depth chart, checked the injury report. There's nobody on the injury report. I don't really know what was going on, to be honest. But Justin Johnson is going to get us a lead versus number 7 Penn State. I can see the Twitter comments already. Was Penn State overrated? I don't know. It's looking like West Virginia might be a team to contend with in the Big 12 this year. All right, back on defense right here. They are in the Wildcat. Interesting play call. We're going to get back there. It's going to be 2nd and 11. I might make the sliders a little bit more difficult after this game because I feel like Penn State's a team that should like beat the shit out of us. But they're not. But also, I've played Penn State like 800 times over the past 10 years, so maybe I just kind of know what they're doing. They're running no huddle out of the Wildcat. Nick Singleton's getting big yardage, though. And I think if they continue in the no huddle, it's just going to be Wildcat. We're just going to blitz them. Nope, Drew Aller's back there. I'm going to leave it as a blitz, though. If we can get back there and we can get after Drew Aller, we could have this game. What is happening? What is happening? Oh my God, 10-year-old college football game problems. Nick Singleton had the ball out wide with nobody over there. Oh my goodness. That's not good. I'm not calling a timeout to stop this. But, hold up. Oh my goodness, and it pulls us all inside, but it tackles him. Hopefully they'll stop running no huddle. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do about that. They're running no huddle. I can't do anything about it other than we'll call a timeout. We'll call a timeout. We might need that timeout, but I don't want this to ruin the game and be like, you win the game because fucking Penn State was still in Wildcat and the game bugged out. Yeah, we were about to because of that. But I don't want to win because of that, so I'll call a timeout. Because I feel like it ruins the video. But it's just a 10-year-old college football game problem. God, I shouldn't have called the timeout. Harrison Wallace is going to get pretty far up the field. It's going to be 1st and 10. They're knocking on the door of the red zone at this point. Yeah, I should have just not called the timeout and dealt with the comments. But we're going to see Lee here over the middle. We're not going to be able to force a breakup. 2nd and 5. Malik McClain, he's got 2 receptions for 8 yards. What a stud receiver he is. All right, I'm going to take over on the safety right here. I'm going to get down in the box, and I'm going to try and take Wallace out of the game. He's really been crushing us. That's the guy that's been crushing us. I mean, the ability to change direction and cut is just unmatched by him right there. That's just filthy. All right, we're going to get down here. I'm covering. Hit him. They're knocking on the door. They're at about the 1-yard line. This could be an overtime football game. This is feeling like a ESPN classic, as they were called back in the day in this game. I'm gonna pull him in. Come on. He's gonna airmail it. 3rd and 1 right here. This is a play of the game. We got 2 plays for the rest of your lives to be called I don't know, not champions, but this is kind of our Super Bowl. Yeah, this is our Super Bowl. Get back there. Get a stop. And we're not going to. Katron Allen is there. But they did leave us 2 minutes and 45 seconds, essentially, on the clock. So we might be able to drive it down at minimum and get a field goal. We've got enough time to run the ball. But, you know, it's a risky play to not just try and take them to overtime. Because I feel okay about going in overtime with them. I don't know how okay I feel about giving them the opportunity to score again. Poke. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, Jashawn Poke. Okay. All right, he wants to win a football game. And I do too. Let's go win this thing. I can't get CJ Donaldson to come back in the game. He might just be hurt. I don't know what the deal is. So we're doing it without our best player on offense, apparently. But we got Justin Johnson Jr. He's going to have to fill a big hole, big shoes, literally. Because Donaldson, 240 pounds, tight end, probably wears like a size 13. Those are decent size shoes. We got Mallinger, our wide receivers out here in the backfield. This is so weird. I just want my guys back in. I'm going to pause after this play and see if I can put them back in manually. We're going to go to Mallinger. He's a wide receiver coming out of the backfield. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. All right, back on 3rd and 3. I adjusted the depth chart, but nothing happened. Justin Johnson's going to get up the gut. That's going to be a big run for Justin Johnson Jr. right there. 1 minute, 51 seconds. We're pacing ourselves pretty good. Clock stops with first downs as well. So that is, in fact, the good stuff. Mallinger is getting a little warm. We've got a pretty good route set here. I'm going to get outside. We're going to roll it. Catch it. Mallinger. All right, we're cooking. I think we're going to win this football game. We just got to not screw it up. That's a beautiful throw by Garrett Green. Just showing some heart right there. What a play. We're going to give it to Justin Johnson Jr. See if we can get some yardage here. Because if we could walk this off on a field goal, that'd be beautiful. Because we're in field goal range. We kind of just got to chew this thing out, you know? That's really the strat at this point. It's telling us to throw the football. You know, I don't hate it. Let's throw the football. Worst comes to worst, we just kind of run ourselves out of it. Oh, we had something there. Okay. All right, dropped. It's going to be 3rd and 8. I'm going to run the ball. And we're going to see if we can line up a field goal a little bit better. I don't want to risk screwing this up. That's basically what I don't want to do, is risk screwing this up. So we are going to run the football up the middle. We're going to pick up a first down. That's game. That's the ball game. That is the ball game. As long as we can hit the field goal, that is ball game right there. They're not going to be able to come back from that one. So we are going to pull an upset in our first game. No! Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Booth review, just seeing if he actually fumbled it or who recovered it. Saw my life flash before my eyes on that play. I was like, oh, we got this. It's making me run with a fucking wide receiver, man. Okay, so play reversed. So we still have the football with 47 seconds on the clock. We're going to continue to run, and we're going to try and line this field goal up a little bit better, because I'm notorious for missing field goals in this game because it's way harder to kick in NCAA than it is in Madden. We're going to line it up directly up the middle. 3rd and 7. We'll run it one more time. Just right up the gut. And then as long as we can hit it, we can walk off Penn State right here. A top 10 upset in our first career game coached. That is absurd. 4th and 1 right here. We're going to wait until about 5 seconds. We're going to call a timeout. And we're going to kick the field goal. As long as we hit it, and it doesn't get blocked or any weird shit, we are going to be able to walk off Penn State. Such a hyped up team to have such a great season. All these things. Penn State is supposed to be so otherworldly. They're calling all their timeouts, making sure they ice our guy. Yep, using all the timeouts. James Franklin's not happy. He knows he's about to get walked off by a first-year head coach for West Virginia, and the Mountaineers should be winning it. There's 2 seconds left. I don't imagine they're going to return this for a touchdown, but God, it would be the most NCAA Football 14 thing I've ever seen in my life if they did. They're not going to have the opportunity to do that. They're going to be able to throw up a Hail Mary with 2 seconds left, no timeouts. This is the football game. This Hail Mary right here. This is the football game to be able to beat Penn State in week 1. Just absurd. Just absurd stuff. Drew Aller, he's got a big arm. We're going to hover the middle with Floyd. He caught the ball. No! What? What the fuck? No! 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 What? We just lost. We had him too. We had him. Oh my God, I'm sick. I mean, here's the play right here again. Over the top. He somehow got past the back end of our defense. On man up 3 deep, dude. How does that even happen? Oh my goodness. That is the most NCAA 14 ass thing that's ever happened. I don't even know what to say. Like, I know the last 2 minutes of the video has been me saying, wow, but oh my goodness. What a play, dude. I literally can't believe that. Offensively, we performed pretty well. Justin Johnson was getting some yards. CJ Donaldson had a big game. Garrett Green ran it pretty well. The receivers did, you know, their job. Blocking, no sacks, no pancakes, nothing like that. We had a good amount of tackles for loss. A lot of tackles for loss, in fact. A lot of our upperclassmen. And then we had Trey Latham, the freshman, getting in there. Our upperclassmen, they were the guys getting the sacks. No interceptions on the day. I don't think there was any forced fumbles. Nothing like that. But we were 2 for 3 on field goals. I feel like we were 3 for 3. Did we miss a field goal? Oh, we missed the deep one. But yeah. Pardon, I just got done editing this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it a ton. It was a ton of fun to record, and this is my favorite game. I love NCAA, so if y'all could show some love and subscribe to the channel and grow with this series, honestly. If you want to come over to Twitch, we're going to have it to where you guys can name the recruits via channel points on Twitch or like gifted subs or things of that nature. We're going to make it an interactive series with you guys. It's going to be on YouTube, so no matter what, you can come watch it over here. But if you want to watch it early, you can come watch it on Twitch. And, you know, I love you either way, wherever you want to go. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and subscribe to the channel for more of this kind of stuff. There's going to be so much NCAA. There's going to be so much Madden, just so much football. I'm so glad football is here. That's what I've been waiting for all year. And it's finally here, man. I'm so happy. But catch us on next episode. We're playing the Backyard Brawl at home up against Pitt.